What's up, everybody? This is Derrick Huggins here with All Access Gospel Presents the Mega MDs. Yeah, it's going down right now. What's up, everybody? This is Derrick Huggins here with All Access Gospel Presents the Mega MDs. Yeah, it's going down right now. What's going on, ladies and gentlemen, boys, girls, saints, friends, dogs, cats, quarantine bays, and everybody in between? This is your boy Derrick Huggins here. Welcome to All Access Gospels. Oh my God, y'all not even ready for this. This is the Mega MD edition. Oh my God. We are having a real and informative conversation with America's top music directors in gospel radio. My God, are you ready? I don't think you're ready. But before we get into all of the business of the day of the night, I need you guys to make sure that you do me a real good favor. Why don't you run over there to our social media pages, please, at All Access Gospel. We are on Twitter. We are on Facebook. We are on Instagram and YouTube at a Gospel. Make sure you check us out over there. And we have a website, www.allaccessgospel.com. Make sure you go on over there right now. All right, God bless you real good. Now, listen, another housekeeping thing really quickly. I need everybody watching this right now. I need you to better yet, I need you to love this video. Because, see, what you don't understand is this is history in the making. This is going down like 4 flat tires. I need y'all to make sure that you are liking. Yes, like, and share this video. Because guess what? No matter who you are in the industry, whether you are an independent gospel artist, your mainstream artist, your songwriter, your producer, your musician, listen, you want to be on this. You need to know what's going on because I got some heavy hitters on tonight. So thank you all for doing that. Appreciate y'all to like and share. Now listen, I need y'all to be like the pastor say in church. Now obey the prophet. Now I need you to like the video. Praise God. I need you to go on your pages. Praise Jesus. I need you to go like. Hallelujah. And I need you to share. So thank you guys so much for doing that. And we appreciate it so very much and appreciate all of you that are tuning in with us tonight. Okay, so I'm going to introduce this just, my goodness. This is all-star, historic. Let me just get to it. All right. So my first guest, ladies and gentlemen, and this young lady is the music director at WNAP in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Gospel Highway 1110 a.m. And oh my God, she got so many jobs and titles, and she's so important. She is also, ladies and gentlemen, the program director and show host over at Black Gospel Radio, and she is the co-founder of the Gospel MD Chronicles. And listen, if you're not following the Gospel MD Chronicles, you really owe it to yourself to get on over to Facebook really quickly and make sure that you follow them over there because they got a wealth, and I mean a wealth of information for independent gospel artists in particular. But it really doesn't matter what your stripe is. If you're a songwriter, producer, that's the place to be. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the platform, Miss Robyn McCOLLUM, a.k.a. Radio Robyn. What's going on, Robyn?
Hey, Derrick. How are you?
I'm doing so great. Listen, I'm going to tell you something I heard at a funeral one time. And the man say, if I was any better, I'd be smiling down from the balconies of heaven. Good God Almighty.
Oh, wow.
So I'm doing really
okay. Okay.
Look, listen, I didn't know that heaven had balconies, but praise the Lord, that's all right. I'm good with that. So we're so glad to have you on tonight. Thank you for being here.
Good to be here.
All right. And then, ladies and gentlemen, let's see who I'm going to bring next. I'm going to go over there. I think I'm going to go on over to Charleston, South Carolina. This young man is he the big chief in charge down there, man. I'm telling y'all now. He's over at Heaven 100.1 FM and 1390 AM in Charleston, South Carolina. He is EDWIN, the chef. Right. What's up, EDWIN?
What's up, Robyn? Wakanda.
Hey, Chef, what's going on?
Ain't nothing
You
much,
made
love.
it.
I'm right here. Yeah.
We can see you
I was
and we
here
can
early.
hear you. That's pretty awesome.
Came early to get the church together, and then I left and came back.
Amen.
So, Chef, I would try to steal what the Rock's little MO is, but I'm gonna do it anyway. And Rock just bill me. But can you smell what the chef is cooking? Chef, what are you cooking tonight for the good people of God in gospel radio, man? What's going on?
Oh, we putting a little bit of this and a little bit of that. I'm just honored to be with you guys. I'm just honored for it, and I'm excited, man. I am.
Absolutely, man. Well, we're excited to have you here. Thank you so much for taking out time of your evening to do this with us. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna move this train along. I'm right here in Dallas, Fort Worth, Texas, and I'm gonna just stay right here in Dallas, Fort Worth. This beautiful woman I have known for many years now. She has been an incredible asset to the gospel community nationwide, but certainly here in Dallas, Fort Worth. When she, at her time over at KHOU, she was the program director over there. She is now doing her own thing, you know what I'm saying? Syndicated nationally show, Inspirations with Carmina. Ladies and gentlemen, and I am so proud to say as well that this young lady is also serving with me over at the Key of Gospel Awards as our Director of Press and Media, Miss Carmina BARNETT. What's up, Carmina?
Hello, people. How are you all? Mwah, to my fellow co-hosts there. Glad to see you guys.
Yes, indeed. So, Carmina, what's the inspiration of the day? You provide inspirations to the good people of God. So we just want to know what's going on,
The inspiration of the day is, yes, we are thankful for Thanksgiving. That is in 2 days. But even beyond that, we are more thankful that Carmina will be celebrating her birthday on Thanksgiving. Hallelujah.
Happy birthday. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Carmina, in advance. And listen, what is it like to have your birthday on Thanksgiving?
Well, unfortunately, most people choose turkey over you, but you learn to deal with it.
Yeah. Listen, I want to know, are you going to get you a turkey for your birthday?
Actually, I'm gonna have crab legs, so I'm doing something all different. So,
all right, I'm here for it. No problem at all. We're so glad to have you with us tonight. Thank you so much for being here. And listen, I've got someone coming. I don't want to introduce them just yet because they're going to be coming on just in a few more minutes, I believe it is. But in the meantime, I got my brother from another mother on with us as well. Now he's the head man in charge over there at WLOU 104.7 FM and WLLY 1240 AM in Louisville, Kentucky, the good Reverend Dr. Pastor, singing pastor, bishop, apostle, supreme elder, BRODRIC,
moderator.
Good evening, saints. Good evening, saints of our good Lord. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. God bless you. Hey, Robyn, girl. Get ready, Robyn. Hey, girl. Man, I just count it as an honor to be on with such great people like this. I got my notebook so I can write down everything Edwin says.
There you go.
I got my iPad so I can put everything down that Radio Robyn says. Then I got my other telephone so I can get everything down. And I got it together, dude.
The chef got his too.
Yeah, but see, he carries his around because he signs autographs.
Yeah.
See, I got my mic too. Got my mic. I want to be like Robyn. I got my mic. Then I'm wearing my hat because I want to be like Edwin.
Yes, indeed. I am here for it. Listen, man, I'm so glad to have all of you guys on. And as I said, we have another wonderful person that'll be joining us momentarily. But in the meantime, we're going to get things started and kick it off again. I just want to appreciate every last one of you. You all are people that I look up to. And y'all talking about y'all taking notes. Listen, I don't have a fancy notepad like Dr. PURVIS and the chef over there. But, I got me a little piece of scratch paper and a pen. So I will also be taking notes. And look, I'm so giddy. I'm just so glad to have all you mega stars that I have been following and seeing about and hearing about for years, to have you all on this my little humble platform. Thank you so much again for being here. And listen again, ladies and gentlemen, if you're watching this right now, I need you to do me a big favor. Please like and share this video right now, because I can tell you right now, with all of this superb wealth of information from all of these wonderful vessels of God who are really truly doing the Lord's work. Y'all know y'all doing the Lord's work, right? Okay, I just want y'all to know, because you guys are providing, not only are you doing, well, and this is why I say this, and I really mean that, because you guys are not only playing inspirational and Christian music that inspires and uplifts everybody every day, but you all, what I love about every last one of you, and the reason why I picked you all, is because you all have a history and a love for the independent gospel artist, which is also a fellow love that I have, which is why I have the platforms that I have. That's why I started them, is to help these artists get the information that they need. And so, again, I just love you guys for being here, and thank you all for what you do in gospel radio. So, ladies and gentlemen, this show is called the Mega MDs. This is for a reason. All right. You know, mega, that's not just a word you throw around. You know what I'm saying? You know, mega is significant. I need y'all to understand what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? So I need y'all to understand that this is called the Mega MDs for a reason. Every last one of these men and women on this panel are absolutely giants in what they do. They are known all around the country and all around the industry for what they do in gospel radio. And I just need you all to know we are blessed to have these gifts. I pray that whatever's said tonight, it uplifts you, it makes you laugh something, because you know we're going to cut up. I can tell you right now, PURVIS already ready to cut up. He was cutting up with me and Carmina before we came live on the air. So I'm just telling y'all now, we're going to have a little fun. And, you know, I even want to have a little fun with the chef, because, you know, the chef over there looking like Darth Vader right now, because it's all dark right now.
Yeah. You're right,
I'm trying to get some more light in here right now.
Yes, indeed, man. So, absolutely. So we're gonna get to see the chef's face momentarily, ladies and gentlemen, so y'all can see what he looks like. But we're so glad again just to have y'all on. And look, I want to start really quickly. Now, Robyn and Carmina have been on my show before, but I know that this is BRODRIC's and the chef's first time being on. And so what I normally do is I do something called the Top Talkers, and it's just what's going on right now in the industry or something that's going on in the world. But I chose today to I want to talk about really quickly, the 2021 Grammy nominations came out, and I wanted to just kind of go on a couple of them. I know that the Best Gospel Album nominees are Second Wind, Ready by Anthony Brown and Group Therapy. Then you have My Tribute by Myron Butler, and then Choir Master by Ricky Dillard and New G. Then The Gospel According to PJ by PJ Morton and Kiara by Kiara Sheard for Best Gospel Album. Then we've got Best Gospel Performance Song nominees, which are Wonderful Is Your Name, Melvin Crispell III, Release Live, Ricky Dillard featuring Tiff Joy. Then Come Together by Rodney Darkchild Jerkins presents The Good News. Won't Let Go by Travis Green, and Moving On by Jonathan McReynolds and Molly Music. So I'm going to just go around the panel real quick. What did you guys think about the nominations that you guys heard about today? First of all, did y'all hear about the number? I'm sure you'll have, because y'all giants in the kingdom. Y'all giants in the kingdom and the industry, so I know y'all heard about it. But I'm going to start with Brother PURVIS, Bishop, Potentate, PURVIS. What did you think about?
I'm trying to be good. Radio Robyn's on there. I'm trying to be good.
Oh no, you ain't gonna be good. So
I want to congratulate all of them. I think all of them are good friends of mine, and want to congratulate all of them. And it's many more that could have been on there, like myself. But I just want to congratulate everybody, and I'm just gonna leave it right there, man, because my 8-track in there. My 8-track should have been there, buddy.
So this 8-track has continuously been an issue, and I'm gonna bring Robyn. See, this is the perfect segue to bring in Robyn McCOLLUM right here, because for whatever reason, Bishop Potentate PURVIS is always trying to get Robyn McCOLLUM to play his 8-track on her show. And so, Robyn, first, let's address the 8-track by Brother PURVIS, and then let's talk about what you think about the nominations for this year's Grammys or the upcoming Grammys.
Brother PURVIS, he makes a new 8-track every day on his show. So every day he can record a brand new 8-track, and that will be fine. He shares his wonderful gift with the citizens of Louisville, Kentucky on a regular. And so we just thank him for that. As far as his 8-track, he can send it to me anytime. And like I tell many artists, Carmina, I'll see what I can do.
See what she can do.
Is that what we say? Is that what we say?
I love it.
I'll see what I can do. I don't have any room right now, but I'll see what I can do. That is our catchphrase.
I love it.
You know what? I'll see what I can do. I'll see what I can do. So,
absolutely,
brother. Of course, you're right at the front of the line, but I don't have a lot of room right now. I'm programming Christmas music, so yes. I'll see what I can do.
Yes. Well, we're gonna take a real pause right quick. So thank you again for Robyn for giving that interjection there. I want to ask you real quick before I bring on our next guest who's sitting in the backstage area there. We're gonna bring her on momentarily, but I want to go to get your thoughts really quick, Robyn, on the Grammy nominees for the gospel nominees for the Grammys.
Oh, great nominations. Of course, we played all of those songs, music from all of those records. I've listened to all of those records and definitely worthy of nomination. All I can say is congratulations to all of them.
Absolutely.
They put out some great music this year, and we're privileged to be able to share it with our audience. And so we're excited at what is going to happen as far as the win, who's going to win. But all of them are very deserving of the nominations, absolutely, positively.
Absolutely. Well, I appreciate you getting that top talker for us. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to pause right quick and bring in our final guest of the evening. She is the most wonderful redheaded lady I've ever met in my life, and I love her dearly, and I give her a hard time. We actually give each other a hard time, but you can find her, ladies and gentlemen, on 1230 The Source at KHOU down in Houston, Texas, 12:30 a.m. My friend, New Day with Amber Shaw. Let's welcome Miss Amber Shaw. There she is. Amber said she's taking those too. So look, I'm just saying, you know.
Hey everybody.
Amber.
Hey, Amber. What's going on, guys? What's going on?
All is well.
All is well. I've heard you guys the whole time or whatever. That's why I wanted to make certain that Purvis and Chef knew that I am taking notes too. I have my pen. I got my paper. I'm ready. I am ready to get all that I can tonight. I'm ready.
Like let me say this really quickly. I'm here to echo it. I don't know why. I don't know what's going on with that. I don't know if somebody's listening to this as well on their phone or something, and they might be giving us some feedback. But let me say this really quickly. So, Robyn McCOLLUM, like when I look up and down the comments, like Robyn's got, hey Robyn, what's up, Robyn? How you doing, Robyn? Hey, like everybody's shouting out Robyn McCOLLUM. So what's up with that? Like, but I know what it is. Robyn, you're a superstar. You know that, right?
She's a star.
So I don't know. I'm trying to figure out what this feedback thing is, but we're gonna try to work on it. So I will say this: if any of you on your end are listening to this, then you may want to turn your phone down in Jesus' name, so that we don't hear this feedback going on in Jesus' name. But we're gonna move on. All right. So Amber Shaw.
What's up? How you doing? How you living your life today? It's a new day, baby.
Absolutely. And I'm so glad that you are on with us tonight. And I want to ask you, what is your opinion on today's nomination announcements for the Grammys on the gospel side?
Oh, well, overall, the nominations are great. Congratulations to all of the nominees on tonight. I only saw a few of them. I've been running around like crazy since I left the station. So for those of you who knows what that means that Amber has not had a nap today. So, but overall, the nominations, I saw a few of them and I heard some of the ones that you mentioned. So I think it's great. I mean, I've had the opportunity to play pretty much, I'm sure, all of them. And we'll see. I'm looking forward to seeing who brings them home. Who brings home a Grammy. Let me say that.
That's awesome. I'm glad to hear that, and glad to have you on with us tonight, Miss Amber Shaw. Okay, so let's ask Dr. Purvis. Did I ask you yet? You know, Amber came on.
Already
Okay,
spoke on that matter.
Amber came in full blaze of glory, so I just wanted to make sure.
Yeah, Amber changes the atmosphere.
Yeah, Amber, you shifted the atmosphere on us, so, but that's all good. We love it. All right, so Carmina, what do you think?
Well, you know, I gotta agree with Robyn and Amber as well. I think it's wonderful those have been nominated, but even like Robyn said, they all give us great bodies of work, not just a single. They were all really good projects. So I was excited to see the nominations. I was like, yeah, this is good stuff. And especially in a year that's been so crazy with music and releases and things like that. So to see them get to this level of being nominated, I'm excited about all of them. I'm glad I'm not number one's best choose.
Yeah. Okay, so I think I figured out what's going on here. Can you all hear me still good?
Yes.
Okay, so I think what Amber, if you've got some earbuds, let's try to put those in, and I think that all I'm trying to say is I did some deductive, muting here, and when I muted you, the echo went away. But that don't mean that we don't love you. That's all I'm trying to say. I mean, we're not picking on you. We ain't leaving that kind of party because you already know how we rock. I rock with you every morning, ish.
She went to picture. Come back, friend.
Come back, Amber. We love you, Amber.
Friend,
we love you, Amber. Come on back. We welcome you. We so sorry. Please forgive us. But no, seriously, no, I'm really telling the truth, you guys. I'm not trying to single Amber out, but I was just going through each person muting their audio, and when I got to Amber, there was no more echo. That's all I'm trying to say. But I know she's over there working it out, and so she's going to be back with us very shortly. So I appreciate that as well. All right, Chef, what do you think about the nominees? Hold on. Let me make sure I unmute everybody. There we go. All right, there we go. Robyn, I think, did we unmute you? Oh, Lord. Robyn, it's telling me that your mic ain't connected. Jesus, fix it, Lord. We bind the devil in Jesus' name. Get out of these airwaves here and quit trying to mess with us. We trying to do a show here tonight. Try to unmute on your end, because I'm trying to unmute you, and it's saying mic is not connected, so I don't know. But we go unmute. There we go.
And is that
yeah?
Okay. I did try to unmute because you muted me.
Yes,
so
I did. And I'm just so glad that I will take full responsibility for that, because as a part of my due diligence on my end with this audio check, I was muting people, and then I just had forgotten to unmute. Anyway, y'all know. All right, so look, we're gonna get down to business. Thank y'all for doing our top talker today, and congratulating everybody that got their Grammys. So let's get down to business today. Now, all of you that are watching, I want to shout out to Sheila Moore Piper, Takara Hyde, Robyn McGee. Hey, Robyn McGee, God bless you. And Jason Nation, Rodney J. Harris, Brittany Henry, Lori Johnson. It's a bunch of you guys on tonight. So glad. Nicholas Lathan out of Chicago. All of you guys, so glad to have you on. All right, so we're going to try Miss Amber again. Amber!
Don't pout. Don't pout, sister.
We love you. Go ahead. And you looking so pretty. You done got your hair did.
She looks beautiful.
Jesus. She did. Carmina, stop that laughing.
I don't have to cut up and doing it all, but
can you all hear me though?
Yes.
We hear you.
Fine.
We love you, Amber.
Okay, what's my question?
Okay, your question was, we were talking about the Grammy nominations. on the gospel side, and what were your thoughts on those who were nominated?
Yeah, across the board, I'm good. I'm excited for everybody. Again, let me say congratulations to all of the nominees. I've had the pleasure of being able to play their music in this span of, acceptance of music or whatnot. So, hey, I'm ready. I'm ready to watch. I'm ready to see who brings home the Grammy. But ultimately, I think those projects that are nominated were great. Can I say what my favorite one was, though? Can I say what? Listen, that Myron Butler. I'm just saying, the My Tribute album is one of my favorites. I have to say that.
Okay, let me do this real fast. Do any of you, since Amber got that ball rolling, do any of you have any favorites that are on the nominations list this year, or y'all gonna stay neutral?
I have favorites, but I'm not telling you who.
Oh,
yeah, I'm going to stay. I do have favorites in that those lists. I'm going to remain neutral as well. This is a public forum. I want them to remain neutral.
I understand and I respect that. So I guess that means that let me just move on, because y'all, cause pretty much Carmina and Robyn to shut that down on me. So we're gonna keep it moving. not even gonna
you live and learn. You live and learn.
Right. I'm not even going there. So all right. So let's kick this thing off tonight. First of all, I wanted to say I'm going to be doing another series of shows called Before You Record This Music. All Access Gospel presents Before You Record This Music. Now, can any one of my esteemed guests tell me why I would probably want to do a show for independent artists telling them before you record this music? Anybody want to take a stab at it?
I'll jump in.
Okay.
Because one, there's some artists are meant and anointed to just sing at church. Not everybody's a recording artist. That's number one. Number two, not every song should probably be recorded. So maybe you need a little help in the songwriting area, or, I know you got the hook that's hot, but, it's got to be a full package and things like that. So that's just my spot. I'll give it to the rest of the panel.
All right. Purvis, you want to jump in there?
You cup. I'm trying to be nice, but I think one thing that with this great show that you're going to start, I think that one thing that you have to do is you got to do your homework, because you can't expect every radio station to play your song, because every radio station has its own flow. May not fit their flow. And then you got some stations that play gospel music just on Sundays, and they're going to play from the top 30. Really, they're not going to really go into independent. Well, I think you need to do your homework first.
Okay. Was that it? Or... No, I'm only. No,
that was it. I was.
That's good.
Yeah. I was good. Robyn. See, Robyn didn't shake her head. Well, I thought I had to start saying more stuff because I got my hat on like Edwin.
No, let me jump in. I do agree. I agree with both of them. I think before you record your music, you need to have a plan. I think that's the most important thing. Before you record it, you need to have a plan. I've seen repeatedly artists do high budget recording sessions, live recordings, just invest so much money into the recording, but don't have a penny left for the after the recording. And so, and when it comes to radio, there's a budget that you need to have to get it to radio and to keep it at radio. And so before you do a recording, you just need to think through after the recording. You just have to put all the things in place afterwards, the marketing, the radio campaign, everything that you need, your travel, all of that has to be calculated prior to you doing a recording, because I can't even count how many times I've heard artists come to me. I had talk to some today, in fact, that have fantastic songs, but have no budget for the after. So I would say that's really a good place, good thing to talk about and to share.
Yeah, I agree. And before I get Amber in, I want to just shout out to One of you all's colleagues, Mr. Dr. Bobby Parker, has just checked in the comment section there. So God bless you, Brother Bobby. Glad to have you with us tonight. So Lady Amber, what say you?
So why do I think you're going to do the platform?
Yes.
One, because you love indie artists and you want to see them succeed. But like Robyn and everyone else has said, it's not just about how well you sing. And I'm sure, your mama done told you that you can sing, your grandmother done told you that you can sing. And there's so much more other than that. So, like Robyn said about the travel, the promotions, and everything else that goes along with it. So for you to want to do a platform like that again to help the artists navigate some of the streets and lanes that they need to, so they don't always hit those pitfalls, they don't always make the mistakes that maybe some other artists have done prior to them. So I think it's a great thing.
Absolutely. What about you, Chef? What you got for us? Is he still stuck? Lord Jesus, fix it, Jesus.
He is frozen.
My God, he's like Elsa.
He's
let
in the
it go,
spirit.
let it go.
He's in the
God
spirit.
Almighty.
Let him alone. He's in the spirit.
Well, Edwin,
Lift him
Chef Wright,
spirit.
if you can hear us, we're going to ask that you just try maybe to go out and come back in. Be blessed when you come and blessed when you go. Just go on and be blessed and go, and then be blessed and come on back so we can hear from you tonight, because we definitely want to get you in on the conversation tonight. One of the things you all are correct in your assessments, and I like what you guys said, because again, and all of you know this because I've talked to you all, well, most of you anyway, personally about this particular issue when it comes to indie artists in particular that don't understand the ins and outs of what it's going to take for them to have a viable career, because most people only associate being an artist with going into the studio or doing a live show. And the thing that I always am, even now, I guess I shouldn't be surprised anymore, but I guess I still kind of am in a way, whenever I meet an artist that does not understand or appreciate the fact that, hey, the studio's great, and I'm glad you mastered that. Like, right? You mastered the studio, is slamming, right? Like the project is banging. But if you don't understand that there are so many other things that follows that, then you're going to find yourself perplexed, and maybe you're going to quit just because you don't understand those particular things. And so anyway, yeah, that's why I want to do that show. But now I want to kind of, correlate this with radio. I remember when I was watching the Gospel MD Chronicles, in this particular episode, Ebony had, of course, Robyn on, and she also had, I think, Stan Jones, and she had Ted Wynn on. And Ted was talking about the aspects of the publishing side and making sure that the artist took care of that. And I think the question was something like, when would you recommend the artists start their publishing and making sure they had that together? And if I remember correctly, Ted told them they really should start it before they even start recording the music, but certainly before you release it. And so I just want to kind of get y'all's input on that. I know, y'all specialty is radio, but if you just have any kind of knowledge you want to drop on that, I would love to hear from you all on that particular topic. Any one of you that want to jump in on that?
Well, I mean, and that's why we invited Ted to the panel, to be a part of the panel, because so many times people try really hard. Again, it goes back to budget. They budget a lot of money to do the recording, sometimes even to do the marketing and promotions, and maybe even the radio, but they don't understand the pipeline of how they can recoup that investment. Mm-hmm. And so we got Ted on so that people can understand who gets paid by the airplay, who gets paid from the stream, how do you get paid from distribution. Many times artists want to hear themselves on the radio, and think that your song being played on the radio is going to get you paid. But you got to understand that pipeline to understand how all of that works. Because every time I spin an artist record, they don't get paid. And a lot of artists don't understand that in the United States anyway, the writer gets paid. So we wanted to kind of help independent artists understand how all of that works, how that pipeline from recording, distribution, radio, and how it all works together. So does that answer your question?
It does. It really does. And if anyone else has anything that you care to add, I'd love to hear it. Because I want to make sure I give you all space to share your feedback on these topics. So just let me know if anybody's got anything. Not I can move on.
Robyn said the key thing: the songwriter is who gets paid. And I think a lot of artists don't understand that. Yeah, you're singing the song, but if you aren't the actual writer of that song, then again, that pipeline means something totally different to you. So that's something you really got to research. Kind of like Brother Purvis said, do your homework beforehand so you understand that.
Yeah, right. I've watched over the years several of these movies, these made-for-TV movies about all these different artists. Maybe from back in the day. And one of them I was looking at was a story about TLC and a couple of other artists. And, the recurring theme that I kept noticing was the artists always had shell shock. They, here they are, they're worldwide superstars. They're traveling all over the world. And then when it gets down to the money dissemination, they like, oh, it's a rude awakening because they don't understand, to Robyn's point and Carmina's point, there is a business side to this. And yeah, you heard your song on the radio over and over and over again, sometime ad nauseum, because I know sometimes some of these songs I'm like, man, if I hear this song one more time, Jesus, good God Almighty, is it anybody else that record music? But and I get it. There's the business of radio, and I know we're going to talk about that because I don't ever want to assume with each show. And again, I know I've had Amber on before, I've had Robyn and Carmina on before. So I know, but I don't want to assume that every time we do the show that the same people are watching. So, and y'all have been on enough panels to know this is why y'all get these questions a lot. And I'm sure y'all like, Lord, they asked me this question one more time. It's the same answer. But there's a different audience watching. So with that being said, I see them, how they realize once all the money got handed out that they were on the back end of the money game, and where they're really going to make their money is through touring and, and sometimes merch, but it depends on what their deal is with their label, because the label may be recouping a lot of that money. And especially if your recording costs and all the other costs associated with that recording aren't paid, guess where they're going to be taking it from? Hello, somebody. So yeah, again, this kind of, I think, broadly ties in, because all of us, while we may have our special lanes in the industry, I think they kind of work together. And some of us have, cross information. We've been able to do different things. I know several of you guys also do radio promotion in addition to being on-air personalities, in addition to being mega MDs. And again, that's why you all are here. So I just appreciate that again. Okay, so let's talk about, Robyn said something earlier about keeping the song at radio. And I think I wanted to drill down on that, because I think so many times the goal is just to get to radio, and everybody's just excited, like, woo, I'm at radio. Woo, mama, listen, mama, I'm on the radio, mama. But then, okay, after that one spin, I mean, what? Hello. So I'm gonna talk to Dr. Purvis, man. I know you're trying to be good today. I don't know what. You know what, Robyn? What's up with Roger Purvis trying to act all good? He don't normally do this. I don't know why he tried to act all dignified tonight. I think.
Well, no. See, I got all these great people on. I went and got my headsets. They ain't even hooked up. I just put them on because Amber got hers on. I'm just trying to fit in with all these good gurus. But I was laughing at you, man, because because we have a lot of local artists. Look, Robyn put hers on, man. Got to put man back. But we got a lot of local gurus here that put music, and just what you said, just that one spin on the radio. Mama, I'm spinning, but I think the key word here is you got a grand. You got a grand, and you got to make your music. I guess you would say make your music where we, even as radio, we want to hear your music, because I spend a lot. I spend 11 hours a day because I'm one station in the morning, one station in the afternoon. I'm at 11 hours. And as you said, there's a lot of songs that kind of repeat. Well, a lot of, guess I say it on here because I'm being honest. A lot of time, a song that repeats, if I'm not feeling it, I walk out. I said that song got 5 minutes where I can go, give me a Big Red, a Little Debbie, and all that good stuff, and come back. But you got to have that song where it's grinding, and there's a lot of people calling the radio station and saying, I want to hear this, I want to hear this, I want to hear this song. Well, I think the word is grinding because a lot of artists, and I'm saying it's across the board, a lot of artists don't want to grind. They think that once their song get played on the radio one time, they done made it. You got to grind. Got a grant. Even, and I think Robyn and everybody on the panel will agree, even us as radio announcers, we got a grant. We got a grant because look at all these choices of all these gurus you can listen to instead of listening to me. Why I got to sing for you? Miss Robyn, I got a grant. Trying to be good.
Well, I agree with Purvis on, I think artists do have to grind, and it's not just about getting that's getting it to radio is a process. Once you're there, yes, you have the one spin. The one spin is great, but how do you capitalize on that? Because it takes more than just one spin to, I think a lot of artists, they want to see themselves in the top 25. They want to see themselves, in the top 10, and then ultimately at number 1. Everybody has different goals. So, once you're on radio, you do have to grind. You have to, good content on your social media. It's not just about, hey, I made this, I put it out, somebody did a graphic for me, and so now let me sit back and let me see what it does. No, it all works together. You are getting your song to radio, however that is. If you're doing it yourself, okay. If you have a promoter or whatnot, that's great too. But even in conjunction with yourself pushing your product, your single, or your promoter, you have to do stuff too. It's not just up to, you need a marketing team. If you don't have the budget for it, then you need to Google what marketing is. You need to Google what promotions are and maybe come up with something that you can do that possibly doesn't cost you an arm and a leg. It's something that you can do with whatever resources that you have available. But to Purvis's point, yeah, you have to grind. You just don't sit back and let's just say, well, let's see if I get 2 spins now. No.
Yeah. I think that's so important because the whole concept of hearing yourself on the radio, because this is something I had to learn as a young manager. I'm 20 years old, managing my first group. There was a group here in Dallas called I Me. And I remember, I was so excited to hear their little song on the radio at one time. And, I'm one of those kind of people, I'm not afraid to say, hey, I don't know this or admit I didn't know something, right? So back then, I'm like literally green behind the ears. You're talking about breath smelling like Similac. It was a mess. And I had to learn over the years, the things that we have. Because see, back then, we didn't have, 20 years ago, there wasn't what we have right now, right? We had, GMWA and the Gospel Announcers Guild. But honestly, a lot of people didn't have the money or couldn't afford to go to that, to find those out. But now this is one of the great things about technology, because technology has literally brought the world even closer together. And if you can't afford to maybe go out to some of these actual on-site seminars and forums, you can learn from these kind of panels. And this is why I keep wanting to do them over and over again, so that someone can get the information that they need to be successful. And I'll say this, there's a show on television, it's a music competition show, and I will not say the name of it, but I will say this. I think a lot of times that the commentary from those who are in the seat of power do not really articulate to the people who are vying for a spot that, hey, we are, we have an opportunity to help you here. And it's often for the entertainment side of it, there's laughter at, maybe if they're singing bad or, they approach the situation the wrong way, but there's not really any mechanism for people to learn. And so what I want to make sure is, look, the truth is we all laugh at stuff that's funny, because sometimes we've gotten access to stuff and it's You like, good God Almighty, what is going on here? And did they record this in the basement? Okay, I'm gonna leave that alone. I'm gonna be Purvis tonight. I'm gonna be good. Purvis, I'm gonna be like you, brother. I'm gonna be good tonight. But I just wanted to really just kind of open that up to you all because
Be good.
You know what I'm saying? Because you guys, let me ask you this. I think this is an important question. Because you all are in radio, right? And people look up to you all to a certain extent, and they're really trying to get something from you. My question is, do any of you ever feel the necessity to kind of do both? You're like, I can do something for you potentially, but at the same time, I need to be honest with you about what is wrong with this song, or if there's something wrong. Do you ever feel like a responsibility to kind of share with them what's wrong, and how do you do that? Or do you feel it's hard to tell them when something's off or not correct?
Can y'all hear me now?
Oh,
Doctor,
yes.
the chef, yes, sir. You was Elsa a while ago. You was frozen. We had to tell you, let it go. Let it go. But you're back. The chef is back, ladies and gentlemen. Why don't we give him a hand? God bless you, chef. We're so glad to have you back with us. But yeah, since the chef is back, let me ask you that, chef. When an artist approach you with music, maybe, and let's say it's not the best, it's not, maybe it's too long, or it's not properly mixed and mastered. How do you toggle between letting them down gently, but at the same time, maybe giving them some information that will help them try it again?
Well, my opinion is that's what really makes you a good PD, is when you're honest with them. Because I often here locally, I want to commend all of the local artists here in South Carolina, because most of them, we have relationships. We build relationships, and those relationships is based upon me being honest with them, because what may sound good to you may not be good for the radio. So I believe that the best thing is to have that conversation. And a lot of times when it's someone who I feel like has a great intention, I'll say to them, let's put it in front of a panel. Let's put it in front of some different, like I'm in a building with 6 radio stations. So sometime I'll take it to the country music PD, the R&B, old school, even sometime the hip hop guy. And I'll say, hey, what do you think about this song? And then I'll take notes like I do when I'm watching Purvis. And then I'll go back with those notes and I'll explain to them, say, hey, this is what I think, you know.
I'm taking notes, see? I'm really writing, look.
I got them too.
Yes, sir.
I heard what Purvis said earlier. I got some notes, but it's our responsibility, I think, that because it's not just about the radio station, but it's also caring about that individual and want them to succeed in ministry and not just have, because when you put it on the radio, and I say this all the time, when you give us trash or something that doesn't sound good, all the radio station is going to do is magnify that trash, and that's what you're going to hear over the air. Wow. And you don't want that. You want quality before you get quantity.
Mm-hmm. I love that. Because, well, do you all find that when, let's say, even if you tell them the truth about the song, you know, that maybe it's not that great or it's not properly mixed or whatever, do you ever find that you get pushback from the artist?
Well, see, I'll speak for me. I had to grow to that level, because in the beginning, I was just like, oh, thank you, you're so sweet. Yes. And then I wasn't doing anybody, honestly, and I wasn't doing anybody any justice. And so I had to grow to the level, but with that comes wisdom. Mm-hmm. And so I got to the point where people respected what I said, and they trusted when I said, okay, this song sucks. I'm sorry. I love you, but it sucks. You know, you just have to be loving with it. But you do meet those that are like, I have made it. It don't matter what you say. It don't matter what you think. I have made it. And so you just have to kind of discern that spirit and let them go and be like, okay. And then when they come back to you a month later and be like, you know, you said that wasn't mixed. Just love them anyway. But like I said, for me, I had to really grow to that level, because I did want to see the artists get to their next level. I did want them to achieve what they were trying to make happen. And sometimes if you can help them at the beginning, that'll save them a whole bunch of bumps down the way. So
love that. Love that.
Yeah. Hey, Larry Clark.
Shout out to Larry Clark. Shout out to Takara High, Robyn McGee, Brittany Henry, all of y'all again. Thank you all again for tuning in the comments. I try to check in with y'all from time to time, let y'all know we hadn't forgotten about you, that you're in the comments. And I also, while we're at it, I've got some questions here, but if you all have some questions for our, listen, that's why I call them the mega MDs. They are here for you. This is the reason why they're here. So if you've got questions or things that you want to get an answer to, shout them out in the comments section. I want to ask you all this. Thank you for that, Carmina. I want to ask you all this. Do you guys still get call-in requests? I'm sure you get some, but do you get them like you used to, or has that kind of waned for any of you?
I get them almost every day, and we at the station actually still have an all request Wednesday. And so our phones are still open. I know PURVIS phones are open. I know Chef's phones are open. Amber opens her lines. Carmina opened her lines. So one thing, I'm just fortunate enough to be at a station where I do connect with the Philadelphia audience, and I get an opportunity to talk to them. I get an opportunity to hear from them on a regular basis. And unfortunately, even though one of the things that I think we all share is that we do appreciate and support independent artists, but typically our audience calls for the known Marvin Sapp's, the Donnie McClurkins, the Shirley Caesars, that's who they want to hear. Now, every once in a while, there's a song that pushes through and a particular listener might gravitate to a particular song. But for the most part, they're digging for the oldies. They're digging for the classics. They're asking for, their favorite Shirley Caesar or their favorite Harvey Watkins, or that's kind of what they're listening for. But we do open the phone lines and allow them to call in and request songs. Now, I think that's an old art. People say, call and request, but most stations, I will say that with surety, that most stations do not accept requests. They play by a certain schedule, and they have to play a certain amount of music, and the listeners have no input whatsoever, except maybe a thumbs up on the app.
That's interesting. Yeah. And I'm going to ask you all, have you noticed, was that something that's always been, or has that been like a progression to this way of doing it, to where there's not really much feedback that the PD or the on-air personality can take in terms of like live requests in the moment? Has that changed, or was that once different, or?
Yeah, when I first started in radio, absolutely, the phones were a big part of what we did over a decade ago. A huge part. But as technology moved towards streaming and consolidation and voice tracking, etc., then the listener is now only a part electronically. So stations do research. They do have panels where listeners can give feedback to certain songs. Most apps have an up button and down, thumb down, and a thumb up. And so they're getting their feedback that way, as opposed to the listener actually calling in for a song. You see that, Amber?
Yeah.
The listener.
Thank you, Robyn. I appreciate that. Let's ask this question here. I'm going to direct this question to Amber Shaw. Amber! Okay, the question is, do you guys charge for that kind of feedback, or could anyone reach out to you with a track and receive that freely? Thank you, Brittany Henry, for that question. My granny would say with question, not question, but question. Amber Shaw.
Okay. I don't know why Amber gets this question, but okay, I'll go with it. Is there a charge? No, Amber. So let me say, on the station side, no, no. I don't even know how to answer this right now.
That's okay. All right, so let's.
No.
All right.
No. So the answer is no for the money side of it. Now, no, I don't per se. I have artists do send in submissions for airplay consideration, and we review them that way. The only time I really give like major feedback, like what they were talking about earlier, it would be if someone, I guess maybe kind of what the question, the Brittany's asked a question. If you ask me, I'll tell you. Am I charging you for it? No, I'm not. Because I do want to see you get better. But when people here in the city of Houston, they ask me questions and things like that. If they ask me a question, I'll answer it. I don't have time to sit there and figure out how much I'm gonna charge you to sit here and talk to me for 15 minutes or nothing like that. Again, if we are out and about, hey, as long as time permits per se, I'm good. I'm not charging you. Now, granted, let me say this. I'm not listening to music if I'm at a function. Now that's just not happening. Yeah, it's just not happening. I wanted to make certain that I say that because I am not stopping at that very moment to listen to music, but I will give you my email. I will give you that submission email, and I will listen to it. So at that point, like an example would be, I had a gentleman who, sent me music, but he sent me so much music. Like, I think he literally sent me the whole album. And so I literally, after I got it, I saw the email. I honestly did. And then he did follow up with me, and he did. And it was when he followed up with me that I did remember getting it and everything. And so it was just a conversation about, don't service your whole project. Don't send 8-9 songs or whatnot.
Don't send 2 songs.
I was getting there too, because that's don't send 8-9 songs, and then so he was like, so how many do you think? 1, 2, and I was like, pick one. Yeah. Pick one. I say, because when we have to try to sit there and choose and decipher, and it's just it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen.
Yeah. Carmina, why is it important that they just pick one song to service to you guys?
Again, we especially if you're a new artist trying to get introduced into the game. I'm a little different. My little heart, I will listen to your song and talk to you about it, and we'll pray and catch hands. We'll do all of that. But when it comes to programming, I just need one song. I don't really, unfortunately, have the luxury of time to go through your playlist and pick out the best one. If you have done your research and done your homework prior, then you know your strongest song, and that's the one you're bringing to radio. So now it's determination for me if I can get it in, or if I've got too much Christmas music, or whatever my schedule can accommodate. I shouldn't have to do your homework for you.
My God, I love that answer. Go ahead.
I think if I may chime in, I think that's the importance of having that team before you come to the radio programmer. I think that's why it's important to understand the business. Now, I'm not a radio tracker or those type or individual, but that's why you want to have a budget so that you can have someone who's going to steer you and help you, that when your project comes to us at the radio station, because I agree with Camelo, we don't really have that kind of time to really go through 8 songs, because when I hear 8 songs of one artist, they all start sounding the same. And then you go from 8 songs to not getting no song played. So it's best for you to have that homework, as she just said. I agree with her. Have that homework done with a team of folks who, and not just your church people or church family, but let someone who's in another part of the industry and maybe another genre of music, let them listen to the songs that you want to bring forward. I just had this conversation 3 days ago. A young lady, she said she had 3 songs that she submitted, and she already knew that she trusts me to say which song it would be. But I said to her, which one do you want me to play? And so, being that she knows that on Wednesday I do Worship Wednesday, automatically we knew the number one song was going to be the song that we drive home. And so that's why I think, do your homework, have your plan together, that when you come to us, because I got people that send me 9 songs on an album, the 8-track with 5 songs, and we just don't have time. I
just knew that Purvis was going to chime in.
Can I say this?
Sure, yeah.
One thing I suggest is, and I did this for another young lady, and it really helped her significantly. I told her to do random ears. And so she went on social media and found 5 of her social media friends that she ain't never seen, ever. But she said, I
Right.
want you to be part of my Random Ears team. And she let them listen to the music. So now you've got somebody who has no personal connection to you. So they're really listening for the quality of the music or for the sound or for whatever. And that helped her really get some unbiased opinions on what she was trying to put out. So that's something that doesn't cost you anything but effort.
Yeah.
All
I
right.
love it. Thank you.
Right.
I appreciate those
I
answers.
like that.
I want to
Can I chime in one more time?
Sure. Yeah, go ahead.
Because when I think an artist needs to understand there are levels. This is just me because I'm a percussion player. I was trained under a church ministry choir. When you're doing that, you have to. I loved what she just said because sometimes you're the writer and not the leader of that song.
Oh.
And see, sometimes just because you wrote that song, maybe you need to shop that song to someone else to sing that song for you. I know you sound good singing it in the shower and around the house.
Amen.
But maybe somebody else needs to lead that song for you. You know, that's what made some of the greats that I've had the opportunity to be around, like, you know, Bobby Jones and Donald Lawrence. And I'm not saying that they can't sing, but they know that the success of their career has been getting greater singers around you. So just because you wrote that song doesn't mean you have to sing it.
Woo-wee! Man, listen, I hope, look, all my notes, I'm filling up all my paper. Listen, everybody, you need to be writing this stuff down because he dropped the load on us then. Because I want to say this, you know, this was I also heard this on the Gospel MD Chronicles when Ted Wynn was on, Robyn, and you might remember this. They were talking about the whole thing where sometimes the artist assume they are also the writer, and that combo does not always work. You know, it was kind of in the reverse of what Edwin was saying, but it's still applicable because the thing is you have to know where your lane is my view, and stick to that. And then wherever you are not as proficient, like you said, like Edwin said, get the right person or persons that can do that. And so I just wanted to just throw my little 2 cents in on that. I thought that was great, a great point and an excellent point that every artist needs to hear. Here's another question real quick. I'm going to start out with Bishop Purvis on this question here from Chris Ann Moore. She says, what would be the proper way, and I started with you, Purvis, for a reason. What would be the proper way to start developing a relationship with MDs and PDs if you do not have a radio promoter?
Can I
Keyword
the
proper.
What is not the proper way? Okay. Well, I think the proper way is to send me an email of your music. Don't hit me on Facebook on my wall. Okay, you said just stay on the proper. Okay. Send me an email of your music. And this is what I love. This is what I love, Robyn. Robyn, write this down. This is what I love, Robyn. This is what I love. I love when you send me an email and you address the email to me. Don't address the email to all my radio promoters. No, if you sending me an email, address it to me. You know, hey, Mr. P, hey, Purvis, address it to me. Then because then watch this. Once you address it to me, then we'll get like Chef. We'll get like Chef. Because you addressed it to me, then there's an opportunity for us to have a relationship. But when you addressing it to everybody else, I'm like, you don't even know him. Even did what I go back to my stuff. You didn't even do your research. You don't even know who the director. You know who's the program director. Well, do your research. Well, I think the proper way is to send me an email and address it to me, and then put attach your one song on there, and then let me give you feedback in about say a week. Don't send me an email, then send me an email 10 minutes later. Have you listened to my song?
You listen to my song?
And then you kind of get into my nerves. I'm getting old. I'm getting old. You can't get to my nerves. Yeah, but that would be my proper way. My proper way is send me that email. Even if you old school, send me that hard copy. But really address it to me. Make me feel special. Yeah, make me feel special. And then when I do address you and do play your song, at least that first time say thank you.
Yeah,
That's just.
I like that.
Go back.
God.
Being good.
That was good, Bishop Potentate Purvis. I sure appreciate that, brother. That's some good stuff you said.
You got some orange juice?
relationship
I need some orange juice.
Right. Robyn, I definitely have to get you in on this because I know, like, Robyn McCOLLUM literally gave a whole clinic on this on the Gospel MD Chronicles Facebook page. No, I'm so serious. Go over there and check it out. She literally laid it out how you do it. But I want to get your thought on this with respect, because I know when I talk to you and Pam Dixon, y'all say this a lot about proper and respect, and that's why I kept emphasizing the word proper, because of course we can all approach MDs and PDs whatever way, and do a lot of people do. What is proper for you, or what does it mean?
And that is relative, because for me, proper is I ditto PURVIS, and fortunately I have the luxury of serving on both sides of the fence as a radio promoter and as an MD. So I understand that, and that's why for the most part, most PDs, MDs will get an individual email addressed to them, talking about what my needs are for their station, because every station doesn't play every song, every station doesn't add everything. And it is important that you just address who's responsible for putting the music in, and that you address them personally. Because, and I said this on the session I had with you last week, and that is some people just kind of send a programmer's email, and if you're new, that's really not proper, because nobody knows who you are. Now, the major radio promoters, they kind of get a pass because we know who they are, and we know what they're servicing, and we know the level of music that they service. So they get a pass. But for the most part, individuals that are serving independent artists, you need to address that person. And we're old school. Call the station if you can. Try to reach out to that person. Now with COVID, that might not be the best thing, but most stations have something there. They have a voicemail or something, and you can get most stations' general phone number. I laid it out on the MD Chronicles page because it's important that you just kind of understand the steps. If you are an independent artist and you want to service music to a station, how do you do it? You don't hit their wall, like Purvis said. You don't hit their inbox and ask them if they're receiving music, because if they didn't say I'm receiving music, then they're not receiving music. If they didn't say that publicly, there are some people like Carmina. Carmina will say in her radio show, "Listen, you got some great music. Send it to me. Here's my email. I've listened to her show. Here it is." And Purvis just said the same thing. Send it to me. And most radio stations have a website or something that can tell you how to at least get to the front desk, call the front desk, find out who the decision maker is as far as music goes, and then address it properly. Just go through the proper steps. Now, everybody here on this panel what they do has a different personality. So you have to determine, what do they play? What do they not play? Everybody might not play quartet. Everybody might not play a lot of choir. Some people are more contemporary. Some are more traditional. So you need to understand who you're addressing. And that goes to Purvis's point. To establish that relationship, do just that. There is somebody in the seat. And sometimes the person in the seat doesn't have as much control as you think they do. So you just kind of have to go through the steps to get your music to them. And that's why we established the MD Chronicles, was because a lot of artists were coming, but they were coming incorrectly. And we want to help them.
Correct, Saints.
We want to help them.
If you are ain't or a saint, it don't matter. You still gotta come. If you know it, or if you're not, you still gotta come the same way. You must come in at the door. You can't come through the window. You can't come in through the chimney. You can't even come in through the window. Listen, don't come through the garage. You gotta come at the front door. Y'all.
Can I say this? Can I say this?
Yeah,
the reason that we're all here, and the reason that I think common thread among this panel is we do play independent artists, and we do believe that independent artists have great music. But there's a lot of music that comes at us on a daily basis. My page pretty much fills up with music by 12 o'clock. So if I had the luxury of listening to everybody's music, that's what I would do all day. I would have no room to do anything else. So you kind of have to cut through that, because there are a lot of people sending music, because most of us, our addresses and our station information is public. And so everybody that has a gospel song wants to get it on the radio. Yeah. And in some places we do want to play some great music, but we only have a few slots for new independent emerging artists. And those that come correctly are going to get a shot at those spaces.
Absolutely.
So can I add this as
sure.
well?
Go ahead.
So a part of the proper side of it, everything that has already been stated. So my process is not as stringent. However, I would like, for you to say hello. Can we get that greeting in there? Can we say good morning, good afternoon? Yeah. I mean, some type of salutation. Going beyond that, the links. Stop sending me your links. Like, I will not be clicking on any of that. Those of you that have sent links, I will respond, especially when you send it to me, Facebook Messenger and stuff like that. I say, will you please send your MP3 to this email for airplay consideration? Like, don't please. I just want y'all to know, Amber is not clicking on links. It's just I don't have time for that. And again, and I guess to kind of bring it back to what is proper, because like I've gotten like these long posts. I mean, they have all kind of stuff attached to these posts, and I'm just like, what is this? So I'm not downloading. I am definitely not, going to. So if you just send it to my email, that would be the best way. But again, say hey first to the people. Say hello. Good morning, good afternoon, how you doing? And stop sending links.
Yeah, I got one today.
YouTube.
I got one today.
and all that stuff. Y'all stop that now. Okay, so let's turn a corner really quick. I want to try to get as much as we can, because I want to respect you all's time and not keep you on here all night. But I do want to get to this question from Larry Clark, because I think it's a good question. And I'm really, really curious to hear all of your opinion on it. So if we can kind of condense our answers a little bit, so I can make sure I hear from all of you all here on the panel. He asked, could you all speak on the Christian culture in gospel radio? Would you all say that the ministry element of a song factors into the consideration of a song making the rotation? What say you? Let's start with Dr. The Chef.
Yeah, I would say yes. Now I will say this: at my station, or at Heaven. Yeah, at Heaven Radio, I have a little space, because I am the PD and program and the music director. So I can kind of push the envelope a little bit. But when you're writing or sending a song, and I'll give you a prime example. Sometimes people gear songs to Mother's Day, and if you send me a Mother's Day song, then that song is not going to be high priority for me to add, because at this time, here we are in Christmas, so that song won't get a lot of spins. So, I would say in elements of your song factors, sure, you want to make sure that in my case, in my state where I am, you want to make sure that song is kind of like relevant to life as well as Christian culture as well. And then that song in my station where I am, that song will get a lot of spins. It'll get plays, should I say.
Yeah. Okay.
If that makes sense.
Yeah, it does. No, I appreciate that. What about you? Let's go with Bishop Purvis, the singing preacher.
I'm going to agree with Edwin. Yeah, I'm going to agree with Edwin, because that was so true, and I want to keep my answer. But then also fitting, as he was saying, that if you give me a song fits Mother's Day and it's Christmas, Edwin said you're going to get a little spins. I'm going to say you're not going to get spins at all, because I'm not going to remember it by the time Mother's Day come up, because I'm not going to play it around Christmas. That's not relevant to me. That's my station, where the music director, the program director over there at Louisville, Kentucky, that's my station.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm done.
I love it. Okay. What about you, Robyn?
Me. I'll say this, and I say this repeatedly, that all gospel radio is not created equal. And that
No.
means that every station has an individual personality. Some are more towards the gospel message, some are towards the inspirational message, and you have to figure out where that song fits. So, and I guess that talks to the Christian culture part of it. I think that it just depends on the station. We lean more towards the gospel message. And so we're looking for all of our songs to have a strong gospel message. Some of them, some songs don't have they have a message, but it's not a strong gospel message. Some stations, again, are inspirational, and they even, like Chef plays the gamut. He plays stuff that's just straight inspirational. There's not necessarily a gospel component to it, but for him, that's the culture of his station. Culture of my station is more traditional and more towards a strong gospel message. So if I can't hear the gospel message in it, that's probably not going to get the same attention that Chef might give it. Chef will say, "Oh my God, this is a great song. This speaks to, whatever's inspiring." And some stations actually mark themselves as inspirational stations or inspiration stations, and that's what they're geared towards. So I hope I answered the question.
You sure did. Listen, let me tell y'all something real quick with Robyn, because Robyn always asks me, I hope I answered the question. I'm like, Robyn, Robyn gave us a whole...
go here and there.
No, here's what I'm saying, though. Like, your answers are so concentrated with information that it's like, really? Are you really asking us, did you answer the question? Like, you see Purvis for taking notes, and then I'm on my 4th page where I'm like, Amber got her paper. Chef, look. Chef put his up there.
Hey, Derrick.
Yeah.
Derrick.
Go ahead.
Can we go back to Robyn? You said all radio stations are not treated equally?
That's right.
Is what you said?
That's what I said.
Okay.
I got 2 pens.
Take notes, folks. Okay? So take notes. I will say this as well. If I may add my little tidbit is, I think a lot of times when I've talked to various artists, whether it was considering managing them or just consultation or what have you, that there are a lot of, I would say this, staunchly traditionalist artists who are very holy roller, sha-na-na-na, stumble, catch me. I prayed last night and I levitated 3 feet off my bed every night. Jesus is my best friend, my first cousin, and my auntie and my uncle, and he is everything to me kind of folk. Now, I'm using humor, of course, as conjecture, but I'm just telling y'all. The reason I'm bringing that up is because they want to criticize other artists who are having more measured success, whatever that means, right? If they're looking at charts position or if they are on the stellar stage or what have you, they are looking at that and they are salty at those artists because they feel like those artists aren't saved. They don't really sing about. And I remember this was a big deal back in Mary Mary's when they really hit their peak of their career. There was a lot of that going on. Like people were taking shots at Mary Mary. They were taking shots at Ty Tribbett. They were taking shots at these people because in their mind, they were not Holy Ghost. Oh, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And the reason why I bring this up, because I want artists to understand as well that, look, to Robyn's point, every station has a culture and a sound. And a lot of times the name of the station, a lot of times, if you pay attention, will kind of give it away what kind of station they are. But let's go further. Like she said, do your research. I think Carmina said, I think all of them have said this tonight. Do your research about the station. Actually listen to the station. How about that?
How about listening to the station there?
Right? Like turn Robyn's, turn Robyn on in the afternoon. Get on Gospel Highway 11, get on WLOU and hear Bishop Purvis. Get on Inspirations with Carmina. Get on KHOU with Amber Shaw. Did I say it wrong?
New Day with Amber.
Lord have mercy. I'm so sorry.
It's KCOH. KHOU is our news station.
All right, praise God. Well, get on Amber Nim, the source. I know I got that part right. Look, every time I talk about Amber now, I'm just gonna say the source. I ain't gonna even get in trouble no more. Get on the source and listen to New Day with Amber Shaw in the mornings. And so the Chef Wright and all of these wonderful people that are here, so that you guys understand and know where they are here. Okay, so let me do this, and I want to make sure.
May I say this while you're moving?
Sure, go ahead.
I have a very unique situation. I'll make it real quick. I program what I do because I'm actually on two stations. I'm on the Steve Harvey 99.7 on Sunday mornings. And that audience is a big audience that have just came from partying. And I don't judge them, but I play music. And I've had many calls that came into that station and letters that folks are on the break of whatever. And my closing song, I kid you not, my closing song every Sunday morning on there is called Man in the Mirror by Michael Jackson. That song speaks volume to the audience that's listening there. Because I don't catch the fish that's already in the freezer. I go to the fish that's in the ocean. Oh. And so our station sometimes, that's why, folks that send me music. I went somewhere. I'm sorry.
No, I have a Baptist fit right in your face right now, Chef. Keep on. Keep doing it. I have a Baptist. I'll do it right now. Keep on.
But I wanted to say this. I wanted to say this to all of the panel. I really appreciate the friendship and the relationship because we all have that respect. I do a big Facebook Live, and I want to say to them, to the world, I really appreciate them and what they do and how they support. We support each other and what we do. And I want the new artists to know that we have a level of respect for each other as programmers, as music directors. We have that respect between each other. And we would want them to just follow the same thing.
Absolutely. And real quick, before I let anyone else in, I wanted to make sure I shouted out to Lady Victory of KGGR Radio and also to Bobby Parker. I want to make sure I couldn't remember if I shouted you all out, but I wanted to make sure I did that. And again, all of the hosts of you that are commenting and enjoying the show, I see a lot of laugh emojis and things like that. So what I wanted to do, and I will say this got birthed actually from my conversation with Robyn McCOLLUM last week. I had her on for the Indie 411 on radio. And we were, once we wrapped the show, we were talking still. And I told her, I said, you know what? I want to have these all-stars, these mega MDs on one panel at the same time. And she's like, you know what? I'm for it. Let's go. Let's do it. And I was like, okay, I'm going to reach out to everybody and shout out to them because in a really short notice, to be truthful, I reached out to everybody. Everybody agreed. As you see, they're here. And I just want to, give you guys much love and appreciation because what it says to me is that it really isn't about me or my platform. It's about that you guys see something greater than yourselves. And this is why I said at the top of the show, you guys are doing God's work because at the end of the day, this is what it's, what you guys do in this music that you play, it glorifies God, but it also edifies the people that you serve. When you guys sit in your seats of positions and all of you have enough power in your various entities, that that you're able to do this and you're using that platform for these indie artists. And that is something that's close to my heart. And I really, really, really just want to say thank you. Thank you all for being here. I don't know. I'm trying to be respectful of y'all's time. I had a couple more questions. Praise Jesus. But if we gotta go, I know we gotta go. But
go ahead, Hanson.
Come on.
I wanted to make sure I got everybody's questions in. Let me ask you this. We talked about COVID, because of COVID-19, the old school way of promoting with radio promotions was the radio promoter would bring the artists to the stations and introduce them to you guys. And of course, that's not happening right now. And shout out to James L. Patterson also. God bless you, man. I meant to holler at you as well. But yeah, so now that we're not doing that, a lot of you guys, well, I know Amber going to the station, but I know she probably got a sign on the door with some caution tape. And ain't nobody coming in that ain't employee. Amber, you got caution tape, Amber. Y'all know I like nothing like that. So you're not just gonna roll up to the force.
No, because the door is locked. Like hands down, the door is locked.
But that being said, so it's COVID-19. So this is a hard. I would imagine makes it a little harder for the artists to try to develop that FaceTime with you guys because you're not. Well, I know in Robyn's case, I don't think you're at the station currently, correct? Okay.
Right here.
Right. So she's doing her show from where she is. So,
no, but actually, I'm actually able to talk to artists still. But go ahead, finish your.
Okay. And that's what I was getting to. How do we maintain those kind of FaceTime opportunities without necessarily going to the actual station in this climate, in this environment? And I'll start with Carmina on that.
I've developed a whole YouTube channel talking to the people on Zoom. Zoom is my new best friend. Yeah. So it gives us the opportunity to still give because that was the thing. People really connect to you when they get to see your personality and hear your heart behind the music. I mean, that just has always been so impactful. So God has blessed me to be able to do the Zooms and keep it going in respect that way. So.
Absolutely. Love it. What about you, Bishop Purvis? Y'all, hey, artists. Purvis will sing your song on the air.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Because I'm not as fortunate as from home. I have to go to the station. I have to go in the building and be like Amber, lock the door and put caution tape up. But what I've been doing, because as I said, you got to go back and you got to research, because I'm on WLOU in the morning, I'm on WLLV in the afternoon. That ministry bring artists on and we're on WLLV, we Zoom on Facebook and other avenues, and then I come on the PG network, which I run that Zoom show on the PG network. Then I come on another internet radio station, the New Praise Radio, and I play that one on there as well, where you get all this exposure by just being on a little show like man, because I'm not as big as Amber and all the rest of these people on the panel. I'm just a little guy from Louisville, Kentucky, just doing a little things.
Know what? Purvis. If you was in Dallas, you know what I'd do right now? I'd throw my notes at you. Look, I'd throw my notes at Purvis. And then Carmina, you were eating a potato earlier, and he asked for some. Purvis, you can't get none, and I'm gonna tell Robyn. See, I was advocating for your 8-track, man. I'm gonna tell Robyn McCOLLUM now, don't play Purvis 8-track because he's sitting there trying to act like he's a small fish in a big pond, when the truth is he's a big fish in a big pond with the other big fish that's in the pond. The Chef Wright, Amber Shaw, Carmina Barnett, Robyn McCOLLUM. You know what I'm saying? This whole panel is all-star. Why do you think I call this show the Mega MDs? All of you guys are mega, man. So you ain't selling, man. Go on out of here with that.
But anyway, just what you said. But just what you said. Why I consider myself as a small fish, because that's what makes me grand. That what makes me. I got to get to that level I got to get to that level as an Amber. Well, then I have to grind to make my radio show the best radio show it can be, because I got to be like these people. I got to be like the chef. I got to mix that up.
Chef, bail me out here, brother, man. Come on, talk to your brother, man, because Purvis over here tripping, man, trying to act like, like, you know what I'm saying? Like he's a small fish. But I get it. I understand the humility aspect of it, and I appreciate that, and that's cool. So let me be dignified. Be dignified for y'all right now. Hallelujah. Praise
God. It doesn't matter what he says. We know who he is.
Yes.
Purvis. I still go into the radio station. The luxury that I have is that we have a reception out front. Outdoors are locked, but you can come in. You can't get to the jocks because there's 6 stations in one building, but you can, get to the foyer out there where the reception is. You can come in, but the relationship is kind of, easy now. As Carmela said, you have Zoom, you have Facebook. I do a Facebook Live every morning, and so there's that level of relationship, because believe it or not, the key to all of this is about building relationships and respect, and that is that respect, that to trust what I say or what I feel is right for your project. And so It's still as normal. It's a little different now because one time you could just pop in, but now you have social media, so we can still talk. And I'm with Robyn and Amber and Purvis. Those every morning they're on my show. We go back and forth, and so we have a great time. We really do.
Let me say this too. I know for a fact, you guys, this is true.
Great time.
That what everybody said, what Purvis said, and what the chef said is true, because I follow all of you guys, and I know for a fact you all are truly on each other's shows. Like when you guys do your live shows on Facebook, I see when Amber's on. I see Robyn commenting. I see Purvis jump on. I see the chef jump on. You know what I'm saying? When Carmina's doing something, I see all of you guys supporting each other. And I truly want to say this, man, seriously, because there's a lot that, we see negative messages coming from supposedly Christian personalities and people. And what I love about all of you all here is that you are genuinely supporters one to another. And I think that message needs to be seen, certainly among the artist core. And I'm not trying to throw you artists under the bus by any stretch. However, I do want to say this because it's my show. But no, but seriously, because I see this. I seriously see this. Artists, you all don't have to hate on anyone else. Here's the truth, and I mean this. God gave you your own individual platform, gift, or what have you. The thing you have to think about, this is just my vantage point, is that are you doing all that you can to ensure your own success? And me and Robyn talked about this the other night on the show I had with her, which is you define what success is for you and quit trying to let someone else's perceived success you're projecting onto the person, when the truth is you're really maybe low-key jealous. Maybe you should just stop and think about what you are doing or what you are not doing, and or consult with someone. But when you're a person that think you know everything, and you don't have an ear to hear and to listen, because again, these forums exist. They're all over the place. It's certainly between me and what Robyn is doing with the Gospel MD Chronicles. This is all free information. We're getting on here. All of these panelists are here taking their time. They can be with their families. They can be eating. They can be watching TV or whatever they want to do, but they're here. And again, I commend you all for being here to do this, because everyone is reaping something, and I'm even learning from all of you. I really mean that. And so the thing is, if you're an artist and you're maybe struggling with you don't feel like you're getting traction, you don't feel like you're busy enough, you don't feel like you're doing enough, maybe dig a little deeper, right? Like Amber said this earlier, get on Google and find out, hey, what are some effective ways to market for free? And speaking, that segues me to this point right here. Do you all have any suggestion for free promotion ideas or ideas on how to do free promotion? Look at Amber.
Well, and the only reason you saw my facial expression, because I'm like, I wanted to make a comment on what you just said, because if we move forward, I will forget it. So artists are out here grinding. You guys are doing what you need to do. You're doing, what you want to do. Listen, for me, as a radio personality, listen, I'm out here grinding too. We go to stations and we work from home and things. Radio is cutthroat. I don't know if y'all know that or not. Listen, I'm just saying, radio runs on commercials and advertisers and things like that. So when we have shows, our content has to stay at a certain level. If the ratings go down, a lot of times in radio, when the ratings go down on the show, so does that person that's normally fueling that show. So we are always constantly working. And not only are we working for you, we're working for ourselves so we can have longevity in this thing called radio. I'm just saying, because some of y'all think that it's just real glamorous, and granted, there are some very high moments. There are some great times. There are times that we are great, but I'm just saying, it's not just about just sitting in front of a microphone and just talking. No, you have to do research. We do research. We have to have news clips, and we have to know what is relevant for that particular day. For me, with the morning show, what's going on in the news, what happened from yesterday till right now, so we're doing these things too, across the board, supporting one another. You talk about the support of artists. for anyone who has ever watched my show, Purvis comes on in the morning, and I encourage people to go listen to his show in the
Yes, you do.
afternoon. Chef is on. Chef and I are on at the same time.
And
I
I'm at
mean,
both.
oh yeah, that's right. And Purvis is doing WLOU in the mornings and things like that. So it is absolutely nothing for me to say, hey guys, this is who this person is. I encourage them to submit their information, put your links to your radio station when Robyn is on again. So don't always feel like you just have to have everything to yourself. I do believe that in radio and even for artists, there's enough space, there's enough radio for everybody. And if you find your lane, if you prayed and you know that God gave it to you, what is for you is for you, and no one else can take that away.
I love that. And I'll just add this little piece. When it comes to this, make sure you guys are understanding that it takes time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
You know, it takes
yeah.
time. And I think, and I know Robyn, she took a lot of time on this and the show she and I did together because, and I'm glad you did because again, I feel like a lot of artists roll up thinking, hey, you know what? I released this hot banging song and, and now I'm going to be to the nations. And then you find out, no, as to Amber's point, it's very competitive. And then you have to realize you guys are competing with the majors. These are artists that they're already tried and true. They have built-in audiences at these various stations. And so the stations have to make sure that they are catering to those audiences and those advertisers. Hello. They all get hand in hand. So I'm just saying, if your song, if it didn't get radio play, you submitted it a month ago, just chill out.
Oh, a month? Is that the month? Wait a minute.
Talk about it.
Wait.
That's why we're here. Talk about it.
A month?
I'm just saying.
And we have feelings after a month? Get out of here. No, ma'am. No, sir. Listen.
Better yet, don't let somebody else's song play 4 times more than their song.
Oh,
then you really got a problem.
I joke, but really a month is really not an evaluation.
No,
It's not an evaluation. I would even go as far to say 6 months is not necessarily every song is different. Every market is different, as that has been resounding today. Every market is different. Every station caters to something else. And whereas it may get picked up on one station, it may take 4 or 5 more months, at another station. Everything does not, like Robyn said, radio is not created equal. And you may have a program director or MD that loves it, loves it, loves it. It goes through their review process, and you're in that thing. Now, granted, that might set some people up for failure because you might have 2 stations that out the gate say yes, yes, yes. And again, it may take 5 to 6 months. And so however many weeks are in whatever those months are, it may take that long, or it may even take longer. There are songs on the chart right now that have been on the charts for weeks. It's 54 weeks in a whole year the last time I checked. Most of them have been on the charts.
Yes.
I don't know.
Yes, that is very true. It does take time. It takes time for your song to do what it does on each individual stations. And you said something key. One station might add a song right out the gate. Another station, WLLV, might not have room for your song right now, but it's something that he may be considering. I know, again, I have the opportunity to work on both sides, and for the most part, most MDs, PDs get the songs at the same time, and they determine based on their own playlist, based on their own needs at that station. Maybe we're slow heavy, or maybe it's summertime. We can only program 2 slow songs an hour. All of those things go into play when programmers are programming for their own station and for their own markets. And in some cases, some MDs answer. Some MDs review process is different. Some MDs, Amber says, I may listen to it today. I'm not going to listen to it today for the most part. If it's an independent artist, it's going to take some time. it's going to take some time for you to get to me and to develop that relationship with me, because I'm being serviced by so many different radio promoters that already have agendas with those artists that Amber says our audience already loves. So if I'm saying on the way, I've got that new Marvin Sapp, it's gonna, that person turning the dial. If I say I got that new Derrick Huggins, they'll say, let me turn and go find me some Donnie McClurkin or something.
Y'all been not turned off on my phone.
Again, we just have we have to program those standards, because again, Amber says something key, and that is it's all about the content on our stations, making sure that our advertisers are pleased so we can keep doing what we do, because otherwise the doors can't stay open if advertisers aren't doing what they do, supporters aren't doing what they do. That is so key. And so your music is just great content for us. So we're looking for great content to share with our listeners. And let me just speak to this. You keep saying, we're the cream of the crop and we're this and that, but I consider, and I know everybody sitting here considers what they do a responsibility, along with a privilege to be able to sit in these seats and actually deliver this music to people who would want to listen. Gospel is just a little bit different than other formats, and because we're trying to keep them connected to God and his purposes. So we program a little bit different than just sound, but it's still important that you have good content in your music and that you have great music. Sometimes people think just because they're saying God makes it a great song.
Oh God. I'm sorry.
Just because you're talking about him, well, this song is about Jesus. Everybody always has kind of a purpose for their song. This song is going to do this for your audience. This song is going to do this for your people. Right. But it still has to sound good. Yeah. It still has to sound good.
Sonically.
Today, it has to still be a good song with good content.
I love that. Thank you. Look, the bottom line for me is I think that at the end of the day, when it comes to this, I wanted to just kind of reiterate that, because I hear a lot from artists who feel discouraged because their song has not been played yet, or maybe it's not getting wide rotational play. And this is why, again, these forums exist, so that we can explain why this takes time, why you need to be patient, why you need to perfect. I'll tell you something right now. I run into some artists, you can't tell them diddly. They think their song is the hottest thing since Oh Happy Day. And you better not tell them it don't sound as good as Oh Happy Day. I don't know why Robyn playing Oh Happy Day on Gospel Highway 11. She needs to be playing my song, because the Lord spoke to me. And I got prophesied to. The prophet came to my church last week and told me this song was going to take me to the nations. And how dare she don't play my song? And how Carmina, although I come in and put it on, and Amber Shaw ain't put it on there at the source. And she, see what Amber don't know. And I'm like, these people have been radio for years. They know what works. Like,
for their audience.
Well,
right. For the audience, yeah.
And so on any given day, roughly there are 600, 700 songs that come across the charts and things like that, and trying to get amongst those it just goes back to it takes time. But listen, just because the stations are not playing it doesn't mean that it's not a good song. Not always. Sometimes that could be the case. But again, there are a lot of songs on the charts. There are a lot of songs that the recurrent songs that come up. And it's Christmas time, y'all. Yeah. So I'm just saying it's Christmas time. It's Christmas time. And so the Christmas music. So the Christmas music is back in play for what? 4 weeks or so? About 4 weeks or so. So, you have the new Christmas music, you have the old Christmas music, and you have those songs that's Christmas or holiday related that people want to hear. They want to hear it.
They want to hear.
They want to hear it. And so that ultimately means that there are some non-holiday songs that, may start to get less spins or whatever, however that looks like in the makeup for the programmer or for the station. So now even the songs that were getting maybe regular spins, however you want to classify regular spins, maybe they were in heavy rotation or, a medium or a light or whatnot. And if you're in light and it's Christmas, you just never know where you might be.
Facts. And let me, okay, so I'm glad we brought this up about the holidays because, okay, so it's holiday season, stations are accepting some, and this is a perfect segue to this. I want to know what's the skinny on holiday music. Should artists really do more Christmas music? I'm gonna start with the chef on this one because I just got a feeling. Chef, what do you say? I want to know what's the real deal on holiday. Should artists think about holiday music, Christmas music, if you will?
Okay, don't shoot me, but
I'm not going to shoot you.
At WSP or at Heaven, I don't focus really on Christmas music like that because the message of ours is about Christ.
Sure.
So I keep a 70-30 kind of spin on it. 70, I keep a regular rotation, and then I add in a few Christmas music in because it's such a short 4 weeks. So I don't go into a big makeover about it. If you don't call and request that song or something of that nature, I don't make a big spin about it. I think an artist, if you're going to put that kind of money into a project, into something, you need to put it into something that's going to be not just 4 weeks of a song. That's just my suggestion because, for me as a program director, when I get a Christmas song, "Oh Mary, Don't You Weep" is "Oh Mary, Don't You Weep," no matter who sings it. And if you're not one of the major players that's singing it, I'm not gonna stop rotation just to grab it because Mary's weeping again. So that's just my take.
Chef, how many times did Mary weep? Did she weep 400 times this week? Because man, that's just me. I don't want, No. Go ahead.
No, I was saying that's how I see it. Because to us here locally, we feel like our message of Christ is what it is. That's what it is. So if an artist sends me something, I'm going to receive it. I'm going to, and I'm like Amber, don't send me no link, no YouTube. So when you send it to me, if Norman Hutchins' song sounds better than, I already got Norman Hutchins in play, and his is a Christmas song. And you singing the same song, I got to be honest with you. I'm gonna have to let Carmela talk to you because if I have to talk to you, I'm gonna tell you I'm not gonna play your song. Because you're not gonna go up against Norman Hutchins' Christmas song. It's not gonna happen.
My God.
Now Carmela might tell him, help. That's what I need her help because I'm gonna attend her school.
Hey,
Carmela will be able to, I'm saying she'll be able to help me out.
Chef, I gotta stop you real fast. Chef, I gotta stop you real fast and ask a very important question. You ready? Who is Carmela?
I can't see her name down there. I can't even see what Carmina. See, I'm on my phone now, so I can't see her name.
Yeah, Carmina. Carmina.
Oh, okay. Well, see, I can't see it. Oh, I can't see it. I don't know what I can't see down there.
No, look, y'all, for real. Like, I don't want nobody to take this.
Carmina. Carmina, forgive me. Carmina, forgive me. Purvis, put that in the notes so I won't do that again. Purvis, put that in the notes so I won't do that again.
Put it in the notes, Purvis. Purvis, why you sitting back there looking like a buck on a log? He told you to put it in the comments so he don't make that mistake again. But listen, I don't want nobody to walk away from this with the wrong thing. I just want to go ahead, Amber. Go ahead.
Who is the secretary of the group? Because I feel like the secretary should be making certain that all of these administrative notes need to be done, and I need them typed up. I need them typed up by Friday.
Look, y'all, I don't want about to think I'm being shady. Well, see, the thing is, like, look, I already told Robyn when me and Robyn talked about the idea for this particular show, I said, Robyn, I want it to be informative, of course. I want everybody to learn. I said, but we're gonna have a good time. You guys have a camaraderie amongst you, and now I feel like I done put my little, toe in the water with you guys, and so I was just having fun. So, Brother Edwin, it's all love, Chef. You know that, man.
Oh yes. Oh man, listen. Listen. I want to make sure I got a name right now.
Yes, sir.
Carmina. Carmina.
I got you, man.
Amber, I'm gonna write that 100 times. I'm gonna write that 100 times.
Right, Carmina, 100 times on the chalkboard.
I'm gonna write it 100 times.
See, but this is why Amber get on my nerves, because Amber keeps turning her camera off. Like no one else is turning their camera off the whole time. She gonna go away.
So just because nobody else turned their camera off, does that mean that I can't turn mine off?
Well, I mean, but we all have to face this music together.
I'm facing it, but I was laughing uncontrollably, and I did not want to do that. So I turned. There is an option that says stop cam. If they did not want me to use it, they would not have put it right
there. Fair enough. All right, Amber Shaw, that's fine. No worries. Y'all know Amber gonna get me tomorrow on her show, right?
Because I'm gonna be sleepy. I'm not gonna go.
You ain't gonna be thinking about it
because you got her up late and she ain't having that.
Yeah.
Okay, so speaking of late, I'm about to let y'all go. I just wanted to do two things before we left. One, Robyn, you talked about the pipeline for the song, and I wanted to. My word was going to be kind of like it's an ecosystem of things you need to do to, that song from incubation, where it's a creative thought, idea, process to getting it recorded, then to getting it marketed and released to radio and things of that sort. I really think, and y'all just jump in if y'all have anything on this. Me personally, I think it's really worthwhile to invest in understanding that pipeline, that ecosystem, and understanding it from start to finish. So that way, because sometimes I see people doing things out of turn, and y'all tell me if y'all have experienced this as well. It's like you done recorded the song, then mastered it, mixed it, got the artwork, and then you go submit it to someone to listen to. You're like, whoa, Doc, listen, get your panel. I think it was the chef that said something about a listening party or something.
Carmina.
Said, okay. Do that while the song is in development, maybe while you just have the melody, and find out, from a trusted source, of course, or trusted sources that ain't gonna try to rip you off, and also that know what they're talking about. Because I'm sorry, Grandma Ludessa, she your grandma, and I know you trust her on a lot of matters, but Grandma Ludessa knows nothing about radio and Spotify promotions and Tidal and Apple Music and all that. She don't know all that part. So anyway, think about the ecosystem, think about the pipeline. Like Robyn said from the very beginning, have your plan together so that you guys, it'll be less stressful, because it's stressful enough. You want, as an artist and as a creative, you want people to like what you present, right? I think we're all kind of that way. It doesn't matter whether some of us can take it more than others, but the truth of the matter is we all want people to appreciate what we put forward. And so the thing is, if especially if you're a sensitive person, because a lot of y'all real sensitive, y'all get on Facebook cussing people out. You done went on there talking about everybody hating on you and everybody's the devil because they didn't play your music, and that's just not true. That's not true. So just get in where y'all fit in. Anybody?
We're all here because of our love of radio, and our ability to present the music to an audience. But artists need to understand that radio is just a part of it. There's just so much more. And today, more than 10 years ago or 20 years ago when I first started radio, there's so many more opportunities for you to get your music to the ears of people. There is, when I got into radio, there was no downloading. I mean, there was just hard copy. Things have changed over the past decade plus, and your music can get so much further than just on radio. Now, if you wanted to get to radio is still one of the best ways for your music to be heard, because people are still tuning into radio on a regular. If you look at the stats, if you look at the numbers, if you look at the research, people are still listening to radio, particularly local radio And then people have gravitated, in fact, to internet radio. But if you go to an internet platform like TuneIn or Live 365, there's hundreds of stations in every
yes.
genre there.
Yeah.
So people have choices, and so you have choices. So if people have choices, wherever people's ears are is where your music can go. So the possibilities for your music to get to as many people as possible is pretty much unlimited. But you got to do your homework, and you got to have a plan from the time you create it to the time it gets to the ears of people. How is it going to get to the ears of most people? If it gets on all of our shows / stations, it reaches a finite number of people. But you have so many opportunities. And I think independent artists lose sight of the fact that they need a plan from start to finish. You can't just create the music and just let it sit, or even put it on digital platforms, because it can be there all day. But the key is getting people to hear it. So marketing is important. Radio promotions is important. So many other areas are important.
All right. Well, listen, thank you, Robyn, for that. And I've enjoyed y'all time. Y'all just warm my heart. You warm the cockles of my heart.
Well, can I ask you a question?
Sure. So
you're manager of independent artists. What is something that you tell your independent artists regarding radio?
That's a great question. The first thing, and I'll use Robyn because I know she's watching this. When I first started with her, before we did anything, I told her the first thing we're going to do is we're going to lay your foundation. And she was like, well, what does that mean? I said, well, first of all, I think there are certain things that need to be established before we even think about recording music or getting gigs or any of that. And I hate that term, gigs. I don't know why I even said that. I hate that term when it references spiritual things. But that being said, I said the thing that we want to start is I want to assess your work ethic, what it is that you're willing to do, how much buy-in do you want to put into your own career? Because there is always this tendency to think that managers we got a magic wand and we just wave it around and stuff happens, and that's not how it goes. And there's also this thing where I think a lot of times there's this, I call it a false sense of entitlement, where you think that just because you can sing well or you have a nice song, that automatically is going to get you in the door to places, and that's not how it works. So anyway, I said, let's do the foundation. So we got her professional photography done, got the website up and running, social media set up, bio, links, all of the things established. And let me tell you a real quick story why this was, and she saw this. She got a chance to be a part of here in Dallas, we have an organization called the Black Academy of Arts and Letters, and T-Ball for short. And shout out to Curtis King, the director of that. But T-Ball does a wonderful, masterful production every year called the Black Music Concert and / Martin Luther King concert, where it's a tribute to civil rights and Martin Luther King and that movement and what have you. And it's won 3 Emmys. 3 years in a row, I believe. And so Robyn got a chance to be a main featured artist on the one this past year. And so when she went into audition for that, she blew the audition out the water, and the guy wanted her to be on. But then he said, hey, we also want you to be a part of, they have a season every year where the artists get to come and do other performances at the actual venue. They've got it's an elaborate, Carmina can tell you it's a great place. They've got several theaters and small, big, and all that, and they got all stuff going on. And so anyway, he said, we want you to be a part of our season 44. And then he says, hey, we're looking at doing this project called Gut Bucket Gospel. It's going to be kind of like Broadway meets gospel. And so that's in development currently, and she's having to go do that. But he said, everybody that want to be a part, you have to submit. We need your headshot, and we need it tonight. We need your bio and your headshot tonight. And Robyn called me after that was over, and she said, Derrick, I see what you mean now. She said, because there were several people running around talking about, I got to get pictures taken, and I got to go do this, and I got to do that. I said, see, you were ready. So all you had to do was send me the email where it needed to go, and I was able to immediately send what they needed. And as a result, she's now part of that big program. And so those are the things as a manager And as another thing, if you're an artist out there, you want a true artist manager, because a lot of y'all got glorified booking agents. This is no shade, but I'm just telling you, you got people that's answering your emails. And let me tell you something: a real artist manager, the old school artist managers, they truly manage every aspect of your career. They're almost like A&R people. They're like artists and repertoire, which means they are literally ushering and shepherding the entire aspect of your career, from your aesthetic, how you look on stage and off stage, your artwork, the music. And Robyn will tell you, she'll send me stuff, and I'll be like, I don't like that. Change this, fix that. Can we do this, or can we add this? And then from there, I'm literally walking her through every aspect. Before she started recording, we sat down, went over the publishing right organizations. Which one do you want to be a part of? Here's the one I recommend. She chose ASCAP. Told her why I thought that was a good choice for her. All right. And just begin to lay out the legal aspects. This is how your contract. My contract is 7-page long. It's longer than most management contracts, because guess what? As long as Derrick Huggins getting paid, you gonna get paid. Come on, talk to me here. Y'all don't like this good teaching. Y'all not saying nothing. Why? Because I'm investing all of my expertise and resources on the front end, hoping to get paid. Y'all ain't saying nothing. So the thing is, you want a manager that's so invested in your career, that they're literally looking at all aspects of the career from the front to the back. And so what I hope, and if she can speak to that, what I hope is that I've given her enough information that while we are working collaboratively, and I told her, I'm not just working for you, I'm working with you. Which means I have a certain amount of expectation that I'm requiring of you as an artist, so that you are putting forth a certain amount that coincides with what I'm doing on my side, and we're working collaboratively together, and therefore we can get the results that we want to see. So as a manager to artists, I say this: you want to find someone who is experienced and expertised enough that can get you from the front to the back of this thing. And sometimes that may mean, like I think the chef said this earlier, sometimes it might be a team of people. You may have a management team, and these people specialize in various areas. I just happen to be a person that knows quite a few things. And that's not bragging. I'm just saying I spent years making mistakes, is my point, to get to where I'm at now, to know, okay, these are the right things to do. So that's what I would say.
Okay.
Did you write that down, Purvis?
I guess. See, when he talks, I'll hit the recorder, because he got so much information. I can't hit the record. I can't get fast.
You can't write that fast.
You know, I got my cassette tape. It's a cassette tape.
Y'all know y'all wrong for that. But I hope I answered your question.
That was good. That was good. I think independent artists need to understand. I mean, we're here representing radio, but we're looking for some of those things that you're talking about. We're looking for good cover art. We're looking for greatly produced music. We're looking for them to already, and Bobby Parker said it best when he was on your platform, that is, we need them to have some buzz. So if I have a few slots for independent artists, which ones out of these 30 that I got this month am I going to choose? What's going to determine what to choose? Well, if all of them are great songs, and those 30 are whittled down to the great songs, if I got 30 that are great songs, which ones am I going to choose? So those are the kind of things that go into choosing them. I looked, I got service to the artist today. I looked at the cover, and I knew I wasn't going to listen to the song by the cover.
See?
Because I could tell by the cover. Carmina's laughing because she knows exactly what I'm talking about. Yeah, because she's seen some of them. She's seen some of them, and you know, even though they maybe came correct and it's a nice email, when you saw the cover, you already knew. You already know what's represented. So just all of those things. And if they sent a shot, I got it. Never mind. I'm not even going to do that. But some of the stuff that I saw today, some of the stuff that I heard today, you know, you just didn't, like Purvis say, do your research.
Yeah.
Do your research. There it is. Grind like that's Purvis word. Grind.
That's it. Grind. All right.
Word grind.
So
Right.
y'all know what it is.
Hey, I got you, Edwin.
Oh, here we go. Here we go.
Mail it to you, buddy. Mail it
See,
to
this is
you.
what I'm talking about. See. Now look, Robyn, Purvis acted right all night.
No, he didn't. Why you gonna say that?
I'm like, where did he think that? Like what? No. Purvis has been cutting up all night long.
That's true. It is true, Amber. But in the beginning, like right before you came on, though, like Purvis was like quiet as a church mouse for real. And then look, I mean, it's 5 minutes, and then he woke up.
He woke up.
Don't they say it's the calm before the storm? He was he baited y'all in that all the way around.
Yes, he did. But that's still my brother, man, whom I'm well pleased.
That's right.
And shout out again to Bishop Potentate, Pastor, Apostle, Prophet, Supreme Elder BRODRIC Purvis for all of the great community work that he's doing there in the Louisville community, man. That's what I'm talking about. Because everybody can have the big edifice and and do all that and the lights, camera, and action. But when you're doing the work in the community, that's real ministry. So I just wanted to tip my hat to you, brother, man, and just appreciate God for you. Again, shout out to all the wonderful radio personalities that jumped on. I know Lady Victory was on, Bobby Parker, and if I missed some, please forgive me. Charge to my head, not my heart.
Drina was on.
Yeah, she gave us a shout out. I saw it. Thank you,
Lori Johnson.
Lori Johnson. Yeah.
Lori Johnson. Yeah. Thank you, all of y'all, man. I appreciate you all so much. Thank you, artists. I really pray that this blessed you. We're gonna do this again, and we'll see where we are. I don't know when, but in the meantime, I want you all to have a wonderful Thanksgiving holiday. I want you to take, and then I gotta shout this out because on Thanksgiving is our wonderful Carmina Barnett's birthday. Which happens to also be on Thanksgiving. So, now I was going to sing you happy birthday, but I was going to do it Cleophas and the Cleonette style. And y'all, I don't want to run y'all off the panel because I already know Amber going to shade me right off the bat. That's just number. That's
First of all, you're not going to do me because you don't know that. You're not going to do me.
First of all,
look how Amber. As soon as I said that, what Amber's like,
Listen, don't do me.
She's gonna punch her hand like this.
First of all,
she was ready. She was ready for me. I'm telling you, she was already ready. That's all right, Amber. I'm gonna get with Purvis.
Whatever.
I'm gonna get with Purvis, and I'm gonna get it put on an 8-track. Amber Shaw. I'm gonna get with Purvis, and I'm gonna get my song. Jesus, I want a fried pork chop. That's the title, and I'm gonna put it on an 8-track. And I'm gonna send it to I'm gonna get Purvis to show me how to put it on an 8-track, and then I'm sending it to the source. And when I get there, when I knock on the door with your caution tape, you gotta open the door.
Well, so let me clearly you and Purvis haven't had a conversation, because I told Purvis this morning to send me his 8-track. He just needs to send the converter with him so I'll be able to do what I need to do. Purvis and I are here. Me and Purvis right here.
That's right.
Oh, you're right. That's right. But even Robyn, I was like, Robyn, maybe it's Robyn that don't want him to play the 8-track, but then even she has.
I don't have an 8-track player, so I can't play it.
They don't.
Now, there are cart machines and 8 tracks and everything at the station, but they're not here.
So look, but that's fine. I'm not gonna sing my happy birthday rendition to Carmina Barnett. Just know, Carmina, we love you here at All Access Gospel, and I know all of your colleagues here on the panel love you, and we celebrate you. We hope you have a wonderful, wonderful happy birthday. And to every last one of you on this panel, I pray that the Lord really favors you on your Turkey Day. Please be safe. If you're gonna be mingling with people, I already told Amber Shaw on her show that I'm gonna be doing a drive-by by my parents' house. I'm gonna just drive by, let the window down.
Disrespectful. You're so disrespectful.
I'm gonna let them frisbee me my plate. I'm like, hey, just make sure it's wrapped tight. When I drive by, I'm gonna go slow. I'm gonna go slow like I'm doing a drive-by. As soon as I let the window down, just throw it out the door. And it's gonna land in my look at Purvis. It's gonna land on my front seat. Say, COVID is taking people out of here. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got time. So I'm just saying, if those of you who are going to not do what I'm going to do and do a drive-by, if you're going to go actually in, y'all make sure y'all wash your hands, put your masks on, socially distance, make sure you know. I'm just saying. And if you know, and last thing, if you know you can't cook, this how you know you can't cook. If when you ask somebody, what can I bring? And they tell you bring some ice or some cups or paper plates, that means you can't cook.
That means don't bring no food.
Hey, offering, we don't want none. Now put this shredded cheese.
That's right.
Then use different for the dressing. The devil is a lie. Loose here. Nobody want no sweet dressing. What's wrong with you? Sweet dressing.
Anyway, sir, thanks for inviting us. I appreciate you.
Thank you. Thank you.
These folks is woo.
Robyn say,
out of control.
Robyn say, that's how we know it's late. We gotta go.
If all hearts and minds are clear.
Yeah, all hearts and minds are clear. I know Edwin gotta be up early. Edwin gotta be up early. And Brodric gotta be up early. So I love y'all, man, for real. Thank you all.
These 2-3 are morning show folks, and I'm afternoon, but I still have a job in the morning. I'm ready.
Absolutely. So
but it's all good. I appreciate seeing all of them. If it wasn't for anything, but I have much respect for everybody on this panel. I've listened to all of them. I do. Carmina does her Zoom thing, but I miss Carmina. She had live interviews, and I would be on the air and jump on Carmina's live interview while I'm trying to do my own show. She is a fantastic interviewer. I mean,
she really is.
Yes,
she is super fantastic. So
absolutely.
I do miss that, Carmina, and I do check out your Zooms too. But I miss that. But love your inspiration show, though. Definitely love that. Definitely listen to that. So I'm fans of all of them here. I've jumped on all of their shows. I've listened to them and been fans of them and support them wherever I can.
Hey,
appreciate being here amongst them.
Mr. Randy Watson, yes. Praise God. That's all right. What? I know that was random. I'm sorry. I gotta eat. I'm all.
Anyway,
but I do know, seriously, I do have one announcement before we go. No, seriously, real talk. I do. For real, I'm being serious. Ladies and gentlemen, please join us on Sunday, December the 13th. We are doing a live restreaming of the 5th annual Key of Gospel Music and Ministry Awards. I've been so blessed to be able to do this for 5 years now, going into our 6th year. And I hosted by our lovely Carmina Barnett, who did a wonderful job. And Robyn, when you said it, you made me think about it. When you said she's a great interviewer, because I was watching her red carpet interviews and they were absolutely spectacular. But that being said, some wonderful independent artists that are going to be presenting music, y'all. They really did a great job. They were great. Yeah. So please, if you're interested, there's the live stream ticket is $10, and there's the website on the screen. You can also go to our website and all of our social media platforms, and that information is posted there. You can check that out. But it's going to be on Sunday, December the 13th. It's going to stream live at 7:00. Robyn, I got you. Remember, I told you I was going to hook you up. I need you to watch that and let me know your thoughts. I'm gonna send it to Purvis and the chef too. Let y'all watch it too if y'all got time. You know, y'all big time, so y'all may not got time for my little itty bitty award show. But shout out to Miss Amber Shaw, who won Radio Announcer of the Year, and her station. I ain't gonna say the call letter. Y'all got in trouble. KCOH, y'all. KCOH, the source, won for Radio Station of the Year.
Thank you so much.
Again, thank you guys. So please check that out if you can. All right, y'all, we gotta go now. I love y'all. Y'all be encouraged and know that the Lord's able.
I just want y'all to know. Hold on. I want y'all to know if y'all don't see me on Facebook Live tomorrow. I want y'all just saying.
I'm tired.
I understand, Amber Shaw.
I'm messing with you. No, it's not Thursday. Yeah, it's
right.
You know what? I am gonna do Facebook Live just for you, Derrick. Just for you. I'm gonna do Facebook Live just for you.
Now, since you done put the pressure on and you done put me out there in the public, I'm gonna have to set an alarm because I watch your show ish.
Are you on Thursday?
No.
Purvis, you on live Thursday? Purvis.
Yes. I don't get days out. I'm not big time like the radio station.
I don't get it. I'm on the air in the afternoon as well. How about you, Chef? You on air Thursday morning?
No, I might do it. It all depends. I make that call.
Okay. So y'all gonna make me go in on Thursday?
No. No.
Listen.
They are.
But that don't have nothing to do with you. If just because they go in don't mean you need to go in. Listen, I'll be like, God bless y'all. Y'all have a wonderful day. I'll be listening. But I ain't going. I'm not sure I ain't going on Thursday. I'll be listening to y'all show, but I ain't going in. In Jesus' name, hallelujah, hallelujah. All right, y'all have a wonderful Thanksgiving. Thanks again. Shout out to my panel, Mr. Edwin, the chef, right down in Charleston, South Carolina. Shout out to Miss Amber Shaw down in Houston, Texas. Mr. BRODRIC Purvis, pastor, bishop, potentate up in Louisville, Kentucky. Shout out to Robyn McCOLLUM, a.k.a. Radio Robyn in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. And my girl, who I love so dearly, Miss Carmina BARNETT, right here in Dallas, Fort Worth, Texas.
What was that name? What's her name?
Carmina.
He got it.
Carmina.
No,
her name is Carmina, and don't you get it wrong.
Her name is Kalitra. Kalitra?
I got it on the tape. Got it on the tape for you, Doc. Got it on the tape.
Send that to me.
Put it on your nose, Purvis. Put it on the 8-track. Kalitra BARNETT.
Got it on the cassette tape for you.
Is that on the A or the B side? Which side?
Yeah, exactly.
The A side.
Matter of fact, put it on a reel to reel. Put it on a reel to reel for me.
Oh Lord, he went way back. Lord have mercy. He went
put it on a reel to reel for me.
I can't. I know I got to go now for real. All right, y'all. Before I go, I definitely want to do this because I absolutely love this song. And if you all have to log off, please log off and be encouraged if you have to log off. But I'm going to play this song by my artist. And if you have to turn your camera off, and if you have to turn off your microphone, and if you have to turn off your feed, or if you have to log off altogether, I understand. But I love my artist, Robyn McGee, and she has a wonderful song called Joy to the World.
It's a dope song.
And I want y'all to hear it before we leave.
What's the name of the song? I'm sorry. What did you say?
Joy to the World.
She's going to be on the show with me tomorrow.
Yes. Yes. She's going to be on Inspirations with Carmina tomorrow.
Did you service your song?
I'm back. Robyn,
get him, Robyn. Get him, Robyn.
No, what had happened was.
Get him.
Let me tell you what had happened was.
It's always a story.
I had sent it, but I sent it to the wrong email, and I just saw that literally 2 hours before I came on with y'all. So I promise you, before the night is out, it will be serviced to everyone. Now, except the chef, because he already said he only playing Norman Hutchins. That's he's not playing no Christmas.
He got one program, one Christmas song, Emmanuel.
Right, one Christmas. And Robyn, I'm sorry, Robyn McGee, if you're watching this, we can't compete with Norman Hutchins, Emmanuel. I am so sorry. Chef had already told us he's not playing. Forget it. He is going to keep writing them sentences about Kalitra. Colada BARNETT. And he ain't playing our song, Robyn. But that's all right, because we're going to play it tonight. And then we're going to start with everybody else. God bless y'all. No, seriously. I love you all for life. I really do. Thank you so much. Here we go. Joy to the world. God bless everybody.
Joy to the world, the Lord is come. Let earth receive her King. Every heart prepare him. In heaven and nature, heaven and nature, heaven and nature, sing. Oh, joy to the world, our Savior reigns. Let men and their songs
And ain't nobody sitting.
Well,
Robyn McCOLLUM.
well,
No.
listen.
See, no, because see, we're not gonna end the show like this. We're not gonna end no show.
You gotta take this one. You gotta go on and take
No,
it. Go on and take it.
I'm gonna take it, but not take it. I did send an email. I just sent it to the wrong one.
Sir.
My bad.
When your favorite football team, when your favorite, what is that?
And then there's something called follow up. Did you get my song? Anyway.
Well, in my defense,
I guess
No.
I guess I have the wrong email address too.
in my defense. No, Purvis, I haven't sent it to you yet.
See how he do his Purvis? We play more than one song.
Oh, I'm laying on the list.
I thought that y'all was gonna be like Edwin and not make room for it. And I was playing.
But guess what? I make
it.
room for new Christmas music every year. I have slots for new Christmas music. I'm looking for good Christmas music. I get a lot of bad Christmas music, but I'm always looking for songs that deliver even the standards in a unique way.
Yeah.
that I add and add to that. So yeah.
But here's what I do know. Tonight, Robyn McCOLLUM will be serviced this song, and Derrick Huggins will follow up. Now, see, normally you don't do the immediate follow up, but since I've been read on my own show tonight, in Jesus' name, I'm gonna be calling you, Robyn. You get my song, you get the song, and then Amber. Don't do that.
And you got my personal number too. How about that?
Listen.
Amber, nobody asked you to chime in though.
I'm just
All
saying.
I said was listen. All I said was listen.
But
I'm just saying. And and me and Purvis play more than Emmanuel. We play Emmanuel pretty much every day because people request it.
Yeah.
But more than that.
Hey, Robyn, once you get it, can you send it to me, Robyn? Because I don't think I'm gonna get it. Can you send it, Robyn?
Purvis, you know you with something every week.
Purvis, I can't believe you. And you know what? I had just said I was going to start advocating for your 8-track again. But you're going to do me like that too? Purvis, really, Purvis? Oh, my God.
Yeah.
I would expect this from Amber. I would expect this kind of behavior from Amber.
See. So what you're not going to do.
What you're not going to do.
What you're not going to do. Because, see, this is how I'm finna fix you because I got mine on November the 9th. I'm just saying. Ooh. I got my email.
Oh.
Sir.
Whoa.
Sir.
She put you on blast. And so I talked to Amber the other day and I was like, I heard it on Amber's show, but I ain't had it. I heard it on Amber's show the other day, and I told her.
Amber, you know what? Amber, you are so petty.
I am just saying, do not come for me. Do not come for me.
That's all right. That's all right.
Oh, no.
Oh, this is good.
When I talk to Dr. James Mabel Jr., I'm going to tell him, I'm going to say, you right, James. She is sure to do.
But wait a minute. Wait, hold on. Seriously. Wait. Were you originally going to say James's name, or were you finna say another name?
No, I was going to say James.
Oh, okay.
Who else was I going to say?
I didn't know. It sounded different. I wasn't certain. That's why I was asking.
No. I was going to say Dr. James Mabel Jr., your Thursday co-host.
So let me also say this. I'm not afraid of James Mabel.
Well, you know what? At Thursday, well, first of all, you only saying that because y'all not going to be on the air on Thursday. You going to be off.
God bless.
I love y'all. Everyone on the panel tonight. Well, I know Carmina has it, I believe, and Amber, Robyn McCOLLUM, and BRODRIC Purvis will have it tonight. And I'm gonna even send it to even though the chef said Emmanuel.
That was hilarious.
That was
so funny.
That was funny.
But I'm gonna send it to him anyway. But anyway, no, seriously, thank you all so much. Right? Yes, that was it. But I really seriously appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. I even appreciate the reads from Robyn McCOLLUM and for Amber Shaw with bringing up the rear with honorable mention. And then she went. No, actually, she took over you, Robyn, when she did that. And see, I got mine. See, and I got mine.
November the 9th. She gave me a date.
Yeah, gave the whole date. That's all right.
You gotta be careful.
You know what, Amber? I still love you anyway. I love you anyway. And I love you with the love of the Lord. I still love you. Because you still the bomb, no matter what. Even though you read me on my own show, and even though Robyn McCOLLUM read me on my show, I mean continuously. She did like four
over and over.
Yeah, like 4 Uzi ones. She did 4 Uzi ones. Like I'm like, hey.
I ain't get it. That's all I gotta say. And she's gonna be on Carmina's show tomorrow and everything. And ain't nobody sending me nothing.
What you gonna say about that, Derrick Huggins?
Carmina,
we got to go.
She's gonna be on my show tomorrow.
Y'all have a Merry. See, they're not gonna keep reading me on my show though. You see, that's what baby, I know how to take the joke.
My show tomorrow.
I know how to go to the outro on y'all. Don't do me. I know how to go to the outro.
Carmina.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Derrick, for allowing us to be on your platform. Thank you so much.
Thank y'all for being here.
We appreciate it. I appreciate it. I know I do.
Thank you so much. Seriously. Dr. Purvis.
Purvis, good seeing you, bro. I'll be hanging out with you tomorrow afternoon if you want. Me you sing.
And Purvis, I'm going to
I'll be
send
there.
you the 8-track version. So yours might get there a little later than Robyn's because I'm doing the 8-track. I gotta convert it.
Understandable since you've been sitting out since November the 8th.
Purvis, I gotta go. Bye, y'all. We gotta go. Bye.